If you could tell, like, give advice to your former self from like 2-3 years ago, what do you think you would tell yourself?
I think I'd tell myself to listen to the people around me and not make excuses for other people. Any advice that you'd ever give out, you need to take for yourself. And I think when other people are drawing up red flags, you cannot ignore that. You being with somebody else is not greater than other people's outside opinions. I don't feel like, I guess that when you're in a relationship, it is just you and that person. I get it, it's a personal relationship, but just understanding that you're in that bubble so you can't see clearly. That is so important, and a lot of people don't have that. You need to know that you're not seeing clearly because to you they're like a family member. Like there's so much love there that it's difficult to see when they're doing something wrong. Doesn't always have to be the end, but just acknowledge the red flags other people are seeing. That's probably advice.
My advice would be, you're good enough. Don't let anyone make you feel like you're doing too much or you're asking for too much or you know, because that's you, that's what you want. Yeah, it's fair enough sometimes be reasonable and take people's, you know, opinions on board, but you're good enough. And if you feel like you're forcing it, maybe you are, you should never force anyone to want you because you are good enough again. So I don't know, if you feel like you're forcing it, then don't force it, you know? Yeah.
We won't force it.
Don't force it, sis.
I think I agree with what you're saying, Sarah, that, you know, being good enough and don't try too hard.
Yeah.
I think my advice I would have given to my younger self now is that be patient.
Yeah.
Something good's gonna come along.
Yeah.
Just hang in there, because you know when you're younger you're like, oh no, my friends still have boyfriends, I want to have a boyfriend too, and you think that's what's cool, but like appreciate who you are as a person, work on yourself as a person, know who you are as an individual, because being in a relationship is not easy. You're automatically defined, you and whoever you're dating at that time. So just, I would say to myself, you know what, take the time out for yourself, don't rush it. Enjoy yourself.
Amen.
And then when it comes around and it's good, then go for it.
Yeah, no, that's really good.
Yeah,
Eat lots of pizza.
I think I second what Aidah said in talking about the red flags. I think they're so important in a relationship. You need to know that, especially if you're planning to marry this person, you need to know that they're not nuts or they're planning something in the future. Or whatever. You know, people, people are subtly, like, if you have a guy that's like abusing you or whatever, emotionally or physically, like, the red flags are there. You
Listen to them. They manifest.
Yeah, and if your friends are telling you, like, try and stop and listen, because it's important. And it's not just, what's it called, domestic violence or whatever. But if your man is just not, is just shit, like, and your friends are telling you,
if he doesn't treat you well,
if he's not treating you well, then you need to know, like,
embarrassing you in like public.
Know your worth.
Know
your worth.
Yeah.
I also think other people around you that are your loved ones, you've chosen to be your loved ones. If they're giving you that advice, there's no malice in that. Understand, no one would ever tell anyone something negative just because. And if more than one person is saying it, it's there somewhere.
Take it on board.
It's there.
Yeah.
People don't make stuff up like that. Like, just open your ears to it.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's it.
I would tell my younger self. I would tell my younger self to trust your instincts. I was never a dater anyway, but trust your instinct if you are going to get into the dating world. Don't second guess it, and it's usually like the first instinct you have of a person, as you do when you meet people regularly, is usually the right instinct. So yeah, I guess don't fall into the traps of not seeing the red flags, and don't doubt yourself, because you're smarter than you think.
Absolutely.
You know what you want. Don't let anyone try and tell you otherwise. And what's that term when someone manipulates you? What's it called?
Gaslighting.
Yeah, Google gaslighting. I tell my younger self to Google gaslighting.
A lot of people do it. It happens with friendships as well.
If you don't know what it is, relationships, any kind of relationship, like you said, it's frequently done. So Google gaslighting, 12-year-old Anne.
Was that 5 years ago, yeah?
I think I would tell my younger self to kiss a lot less frogs, you know, like, and to kiss a lot, not kiss, but like, to not give people that are not worth your time the time that you deserve, like, to take away all your precious moments and stuff like that.
So know your worth.
Because exactly, you're wasting it on someone that literally does not deserve it. And also just to continue being my amazing centric self. You know?
Amen.
Yeah.
I've just got one more. Sorry.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
just thought of it as everyone was saying theirs. The last one is just that you don't need another person. They are an addition to your life that should already be whole.
Yeah.
It's not their responsibility to make you happy, and I know it looks like a good thing. Obviously, people want companionship, and that's great. But just knowing, it's really difficult to know from a young age that you do not need that. You should be fine on your own. They should be an addition. It should be like, oh, it's great when they're there,
Yeah.
but not your everything.
So no
You'll
one
be
can bring
fine.
to the table.
Yeah.
You are the table.
You are the
Everything
table.
else is
Your life
They
is
join you
yours.
in,
Other
yeah.
people are accessories, a little bit of flavour.
Ooh, so you're allowed to feel back.
So
Yeah. We're another flavour.
Just a little bit of flavour. It's nothing. It's still a meal.
Yeah.
I think like what I learnt from university, I've always had like quite high standards, I would say, and like I found side eye. I think like from like the people that I spoke to like, whilst I was at uni or like liked, I found that I compromised a lot of stuff. One of my rules has always been there's certain like just etiquette or niceness that guys should do, whether you're their girlfriend or friend or someone that you're moving to, just in general, how you should treat human beings. And like a lot of people I spoke to, like when they were interested in me, they were like, that's the type of thing they would do. But then if like things fizzled out and were still cool,
They wouldn't.
that wasn't their thing. There were so many values that I was like mentally compromising. And like I think I just realized that like the stuff that I was actually compromising were like essential things, and I shouldn't compromise them just because like I was in that state of having a lot of friends have relationships, etc. So yeah, that's one of the reasons I'm not dating, because I can't, like, I'm not gonna do that to myself.
Shouldn't.
Really, like I'm looking for a husband. So if you don't, if you're not it, I don't want it, my love. Like,
Don't want it.
You was kind, you was smart,
You was important.
The people in couples, because obviously you know us very well. What type of guys would you like to see us with?
Oh my
This is the
God.
final question.
I mean,
hilarious.
you wanna start with Aidah?
Yeah.
I
Let's start with Aidah.
I think for Aidah, you want someone that's
Gonna take care of her.
yeah, someone that's affectionate,
Yeah.
someone that's romantic. I feel like that's what you want, and
Is that what she
Ah,
needs?
yeah, she wants a height.
Yeah, but who do you
What does she need?
What type
Is that
of
what she
essential?
needs?
Not what she wants,
what she
Not what
needs.
she doesn't.
I don't need anything, but what would compliment?
No, need from the relationship.
That's my point.
Not like
needed.
I need stuff.
Wait, she would need someone. No, but it would be the same thing.
I
Like
think-
someone who's definitely affectionate. I think she needs affection.
Oh, is that your love language?
I think
It
also
is words of affirmation.
Yeah.
Yeah, she needs that. Tell her they love her. Tell her she looks
and
good.
mean it, not just
Yes.
say for the sake of saying it, but actually mean
Yeah, you
it.
can't.
Somebody who
I think someone's got money.
Amen.
Everyone needs her.
We all need
need
money.
money.
we all need money, but I don't think
Not like money, but like
No.
able
No,
to
you don't
take
have to
care
be
of
money,
you.
money.
You need to be able to do the same
Not
thing. That's
money,
what I would
but
say.
like-
It
I
can't
think
be
for
like.
the biggest two things, like knowing what Aida's love languages is words of affirmation and affection.
And what's it?
Acts of service.
Acts of
Acts of
service.
service.
Yeah.
Someone who's gonna show their love, not just chat about it, but actually prove it through their actions. That's the kind of person I would like to see you with.
That.
Sarah.
We could make
Sarah,
We'll make him.
I think Sarah's actually on the same wavelength as Aidah.
Yeah, maybe someone a bit more quieter though.
Oh, you try.
No, but I don't necessarily
You're
think
like
she
not-
needs someone
not quieter.
or louder.
Not quieter, but
Not as loud.
someone.
as-
I
More
don't know
laid
what the
back.
word is.
Yeah, laid back.
More
To balance, to keep the balance.
Settled and
More settled, like in their
But I think
they are,
Sarah
does
does
it
have a
well
very
within
subtle
themselves.
character as well. It's only when we're like in a group of us, then
Public,
maybe
yeah.
her character's not so subtle.
But then in public, you
Sarah's.
No, I think.
But like because she knows us and who we are,
Not this year.
No.
Me, I'm not gonna fight
you think she needs someone subtle?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone laid back.
Yeah.
definitely.
yeah, because in
But I
public, there
don't
has to
think
be a
she
balance. In
necessarily-
public,
It's not about her.
She
It's
needs
about
to
what we
be
think
back.
she needs.
What she
Yeah,
needs.
but I don't agree with
Sarah. What
Compliment is someone that's laid back and like someone
But I
that's
think she's
that
very
knows
Not
laid back.
boring.
Well.
Don't get me wrong.
No, but listen,
I'm not saying
I
boring.
agree with that in that
I
I
think
feel
she's
like I'm
very
very
laid back
vibrant
as
and I'm,
well.
yeah, and I'm quite laid back, but
But
at
then
the
she
same
can
time
be-
I can't be competing with
exactly,
someone.
yeah.
Look at me. As much as I'm not look at me.
Yeah.
I do. I
They
can't.
need to be
Yeah.
I think they need to be a lot more calmer, a lot more settled, and
Yeah,
a
but
lot
then-
more.
You don't want there to be a clash. So
I don't want. I'm not
clash.
saying boring,
No, that's not what we mean. No.
but I'm in their person, like the kind of person
So
that.
it allows you to shine, I think, as well.
Yeah, because that's like
Reserved.
quite a character
That's it.
that you need to be reserved.
A bit more
and-
reserved.
You also need someone who understands her exactly as she is and who she is,
Who
and
sees
not
the real
like
Sarah and the
who sees
complexity.
exactly who sees
Yeah.
the real Sarah and not like
The Sarah you see in public all the time.
exactly who knows who she is 100%.
Yeah.
That's the kind of
And
person she
accepts
needs.
that.
And accepts it, not someone who's gonna be like, oh,
She's still loud.
she's too loud in public. I can't deal with it. No,
you
that's
need to be
not
able to deal
about
with
me.
it.
I need to be mature, authentic,
And not
at
be
all times.
offended.
That's why-
Yeah, it's not to be offended. That's what.
That's what I
Or-
think all the time.
Do you know what? Just someone who accepts her for who she is 100%.
Yeah.
Her personality in all its different forms.
Yeah.
Say it louder if anyone's watching.
All the onion layers. They love every layer.
Peel it back.
Peel it back,
Peel it back and you'll find it. You'll
What
find
about Tash?
Find the diamond.
Tash, I think
I hate
Tash
everyone.
needs. I think Tash, you need someone who's, you're very, she's educated. Tash, she's you're also opinionated as well. I think you want someone who can share the same values as you.
Yeah, definitely values are important.
You want
Religion
someone,
as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
religion. On the
religion.
same
Someone
wavelength
Someone that's
as
comfortable
you.
within themselves and knows themselves, because I feel like
Yeah.
she knows
Yeah,
herself.
you can't come in
knows
like,
where she's
oh,
at.
maybe
Yes.
I'm doing. Nah, you
It's
can't say that.
or like
You need to be
one up,
confident.
And I feel like
Yeah,
I feel like you can
Yeah.
smell bullshit, so no
Exactly. You
bullshitters.
can't be coming
No
in
bullshitters.
like that. No, absolutely not. You need someone who's just challenging, who challenges you.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
not like pushes you like.
Not meant to
Like,
she's
I
like,
feel like rubbish.
yeah,
but
she's
then-
got a whole table set out to know what you bring to that table.
Exactly.
Because she already
And
knows
that's
where
not to
she's
say
at.
that Sarah and Aidah don't need someone who's challenging. No,
Yeah,
but
it's just
based on the different personalities.
Don't fight every day because I can go.
Based on the different personalities, I feel like you need someone who can have a good debate and not chat BS.
Yeah.
Oh
You need someone intelligent.
Someone
I think
that-
they've got to be intelligent.
Yeah.
But I think you also, because you said you're a husband and
Damn
you
person.
value loyalty and reliability.
Yes.
I definitely think, Tasha, you don't like people who are just like flaky, you're not sure what they're going to do, you're not going to sure what it's going to end up. That person's not going to be in your life.
Yeah,
You want
no,
loyal,
yeah.
reliable, we know what the end goal is.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I love
I think that's top, quite high there on your list.
That is.
We've still got 2 more people to do, Anne and Doucus.
Yeah.
What does Anne need? I don't know why I said it like that.
Ready?
And
I feel like she needs somebody that's not all over her, so it needs to be somebody that she likes
she
a bit more than
needs
they like.
someone very independent.
So he needs to be quite busy, because I don't think you can deal with jobless behaviour.
No.
Yeah.
So you need someone who's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I'm doing these activities, blah blah blah. Like, we'll meet up on Wednesday, like. Have
And then I'm
dinner,
like,
and
I'm interested.
Yeah. Tell me more. Tell me more.
They need to have their own set of friends.
Sure,
I need to have
absolutely.
their own set of friends, and
Yeah.
they need to be impressive
Busy.
to you. So everything you're doing, they're impressing you. You feel like you're learning. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
you can't be the impressive one.
I feel like you also want someone that travels, like someone that likes going to travel with you and stuff like that and whatnot. Because you like
Who's
traveling.
someone ambitious.
But also lets you travel when you want to travel.
Yeah,
Yeah, with the
Someone
girl there.
who's not gonna suffocate.
Someone that's not
you.
clingy, like
Yeah.
I'm free. Like that's
You should be
something
asking them to go. You should be like, oh, do you want to
Yeah.
come? Do you want to come?
Yeah, and then they'll be like, they wanna come, but they're not.
They've got
playing
too much
games.
on.
But they're
Yeah.
not saying yes or they're not saying like immediately yes. I wanna come with you now.
Yeah.
But they're also not
What kind of
playing
guys are
games.
Yeah, I feel like you need to know like a happy medium, like the events that you require him to be there, like important
He's
things,
there.
he'll
Yeah.
be there.
And he will
like,
support
yeah,
you
exactly.
100%.
But the ones
Yeah.
that like you know that like you wouldn't really care if he's there. He's just like, oh no, you do
No,
your
you
thing.
do you.
Your thing.
Yeah.
He's happy with you doing your own thing. Yeah,
He
that-
does his own
that's-
thing
that's
and then
what
you come
need.
together and stuff.
And he pushes you out of the things that other people might you know, like there are certain like twerks or quirks and personalities where it's like, you know that you need somebody to push you on this one thing. They need to be able to assess those things and be like, yeah, I'm just acting silly, I'm not going to take this seriously.
Yeah.
And like push it forward rather than being like, oh, it seems like she's sad about this, I'm just going to leave it.
Yeah, over-analysing.
Yeah.
Or don't let me get away with stuff.
That's it. That's what I mean.
People are
Trying to be nice.
very good at letting me get away with stuff. Do it
Someone
enough.
That's me.
Do it enough, I'll dump you because I like the
Someone
power
wants to
for a
say
bit,
stop.
but then afterwards I'm like, I don't respect you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So she needs someone who is going to be both emotionally available and physically available.
Yeah.
Quality time.
Quality
Quality
time.
time.
My love language.
Somebody who's also gonna
and
like,
acts of
she would like, she doesn't need it, but she would like someone who can shower her with some gifts,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
Show their love.
Someone she's like, yes.
No, but show that they're thinking of her. It's like, it's obviously have to be good, but it's more than that.
Yeah,
It's like show that like, oh, I saw this, I thought, oh,
Or like when you're away, like, and like really quirky to what she would like, not just some random like I've got a fridge magnet.
Exactly,
Ain't
yeah.
nobody want no fridge magnet.
Nobody wants no.
Maybe someone will bring us cereal or something.
Christmas cinnamon.
Yes.
Any guys
No,
around?
no,
Spider.
no, curious minute. The American one.
Oh, Reese Puffs.
Reese
Reese
Puffs.
Puffs. Buy that one.
Yeah.
Someone who values your quirks. You know, you like your
No, SMR.
She likes watching people play.
She likes games. She likes playing the
She's a
game.
gamer.
Watching people play the game.
Watching people
So
play
basically,
games.
actually, if you saw her photo, she's not what you get on the camera.
Yes.
And someone who can value that and
You
understand
actually won't
it,
know that if you
will
see
not,
if you
see a photo.
see
you
her.
won't- Yeah.
You won't know she games. You won't know she likes ASMR. You won't know she watches people play games.
Yeah.
I feel
Very
like Doucus
weird. We
is a
also
very
very
patient person, and I
Yeah.
feel like I want someone that's for her, not someone
Yeah.
that's not. Because I feel like sometimes
Yeah.
people get away with saying shit.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like I've told you that before. I'm like sometimes, mate, that person's not your friend. So that's not
You're
your friend.
very loyal, so you need someone who's just as loyal.
If not more.
More committed.
And someone that's
You
not
know ride or
gonna
die.
put the
That
wall over,
person's
like,
like, you're my ride or
like,
die.
yeah.
That's it. No, there's no way. I'm your ride or die. You do this for me every day. You're kind.
Yeah.
You're always there.
Yeah.
They always have to be over the top about it.
Yeah.
Like over the top loyal.
Yeah,
I'm
it
reminding
has to be
you.
over the top loyal.
Yeah.
I also think somebody who
And you
really
got a question
understands.
there.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, go on.
Also somebody who really understands your personality and doesn't like whatever reaction you have or how you're feeling, really understands that and takes on board what you said, rather than it being like, because I feel like sometimes you apologise for your reaction. You'll be like, oh, sometimes that can be difficult. No,
Yeah,
no,
sometimes
that is actually your
it's-
personality. So it's like
Yeah.
it doesn't need to be that they're like. You shouldn't be apologising for how you
I feel
or
like
how
it
you are.
has to
It
be
needs
a patient person as well, because Doucus is very opinionated, and sometimes she expresses those opinions in a very over the top way.
But they need
and
to
I'll
get
be
that.
like, calm down,
Yeah.
And
And
so they
take
need to be
it
able
all
to
and
get
like,
that, but at the
oh.
same time, someone that likes to drink, because the girl likes to drink.
Or maybe I feel like because Doucus is a quiet person, people don't think that. I don't know why, but she is.
Yeah, she's
She's
a quiet person.
Yeah.
But maybe she
She's
needs
a listener,
because maybe
not
she
a
needs
chatter.
another. I don't know if she needs another quiet person.
I think so.
I think so.
I don't think she needs someone loud.
I don't think she
No.
needs someone loud.
She needs
she needs another quiet.
No, because Doucus is quiet, but when she speaks and she means it.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
But the thing is, sometimes it takes her a while to speak. Like you said, she's got a high threshold for BS, so she'll let you get away with it.
Yeah.
And then when she speaks,
Like no.
You
yeah.
listen.
So, but
I think she needs someone calm as well. She doesn't need someone loud.
Yeah.
No,
She
but
needs
over the
someone.
top.
She
Not over
needs
the top.
she's not over the top. She needs someone that's settled, a bit calm in their nature. But for her, because she might come across as, oh yeah, Doucus is a bit, but she's not. She's actually
calm.
She's actually
Yeah,
very
really calm.
quiet. She's very settled and calm.
And then obviously you guys are in the long-term relationships right now. So what are like to end things and round things off nicely? What are some things that you think that you've learned or advice that you would give to people who are wanting to be in long-term relationships?
Gosh, you gotta have patience. A lot of patience, because you can't have a relationship by yourself. And when you're in a relationship with someone, it becomes a lot more the two of you.
Codependency rather than independency
And
solely.
you can't just, do your single girl ways and be like, oh, he will understand. It's actually not like that.
So
like,
not hot girl summer.
no, it really
I never went to give that up.
I've never been involved in that.
But like, you have to be.
I don't know why you're looking. You're looking at.
No, but you have to be so patient for someone's personality because it's not the same as you. They probably don't like the same things as you, but you work well together despite your differences.
That compromise.
And then just dealing with someone who's really annoying. But you love them, and it's a lot of patience. Honestly, relationships are hard enough, but they are harder if you are not patient enough with each other. Because you can't be calling quits every day.
That's really unhealthy.
I think for me, in my relationship, I've grown with my partner. I don't think at the beginning it was like, oh, we know each other, or love each other. I think it's growing to a point where it's like, I'm comfortable, I'm getting comfortable, like every year I'm different basically. So it's like I'm bringing new things, like every year I feel more comfortable doing this, that, and I feel more comfortable saying this. Because the way I met my partner, I feel like it wasn't, because we were talking for 2 years, but it wasn't, I was at uni, I was doing my own thing, he was here, he was doing his own thing. So I feel like, for me, personally, starting out, I wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm really in love with my partner, like that kind of thing. I think it grew over time. It grew over time, and every year, like, I see a different aspect to him, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's really nice, like that kind of thing. And this year, it's like we're both working on our relationship and thinking, what do we need to work on, as in like a goal for 2020. So we're growing with each other together. And it's not
That's
building.
amazing.
And it's not something
I already said some goals right here.
It's constantly a work in progress.
It's constantly a work in progress, and each year I'm feeling like a different person, because I'm like, I feel like I'm not the type of person who speaks out at first, where it's like if someone annoys me, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna cut, it's alright. But next year, I'm gonna tell you about yourself, that kind of thing, because I'm comfortable. So I feel like with him, it wasn't like we were comfortable, like first year in we were comfortable. No, it wasn't like that. I won't lie. We grew together, and we keep on growing, and we're working on our relationship. It won't stop, like that kind of thing.
So just constantly making an effort to work on yourselves.
I mean,
it's constant, you can't stop.
Because
Who's cutting
No, that was actually really cute. I like that.
Is that right? It's a choice.
When I grow up, I want to be just like you.
It's a choice you have to make every day, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, and it's hard. It's not easy. Like you think, oh yeah, 5 years stuff. No, we've had arguments, and I'm not the type to come out and be like, oh, to my sisters, oh yeah, we had this argument, that kind of thing. I'm not open like that. Like I like to deal with it with him. I don't go over there and tell everyone else. I like to deal with it
because
there
when
and
people
then.
form an opinion,
Exactly. And then I start to doubt myself, and I'm like, what about with this guy? Maybe he's shady. Maybe he's doing this. What the girls are telling me. Do you get what I mean? So I like to deal with it there and then with him. And if we
Not
don't
that it's
sort it
bad
out,
to get advice from
it's not bad to get advice.
Everyone deals with it
No,
differently.
everyone deals with it differently. But if I have an issue, I feel like let's deal with it now.
Together.
If we're gonna argue with it,
Together.
let's argue it and know that we've settled the issue. Like right here, right now. And obviously, I can tell my girls later and be like, oh, he did this shady shit. But this is what it is right now, because we've sorted it out, we've talked it out.
That's way better.
I'm not that open. Like we have bare arguments. It's not like, oh yeah, Daphine's having a fun time with her 5-year relationship. No, we argue, but it is, it's one of those things. I'm different, everyone's different. Like people deal with it differently, so that's just how it is.
I think that's
It's
really
worth
good
it.
advice.
I love.
Oh, bless you. Well, I'm planning on doing some more collabs maybe with these people if you enjoyed them. If not, it's okay, I can go back to doing myself.
With these people, I like that.
These people. But yeah, bye guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like, subscribe.
My tag's down there.
You know where to follow.
Follow my
I will be
handle.
putting the handles for everyone underneath, and yeah, so I'll see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye.
Bye.